we're bringing him in. Austin, welcome in from
Hey.
Hooplife Basketball. How's it going, my man? Welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me. I hope the camera's good. I'm looking good. I'm in the screen.
Oh, yeah, you're good now.
Fantastic.
You know what? You're probably good before I told you to adjust it because it's a different shape down in the bottom where I see you in the little preview box. And here you're looking perfect. So you're good. Austin, I mean, we're going to talk NBA with you. We're going to talk about Hoop Life a little bit too. But let's start in the NBA because a lot's happening. If you don't mind helping us figure out what went on with this trade deadline the last couple of days. James Harden, Ben Simmons swapping teams. We got all sorts of
CJ McCollum, dude, what is going on with this silly season of NBA? Like it's we were talking about it a little bit last week, but this is the first of two as we get every single year in the NBA. Just how, when, why, where, who's winning the NBA championship? LeBron and the Lakers suck now. Just give it to us. Just fire away.
Yeah. I mean, there's finally parity in the NBA, and that's the biggest thing of all. You have the Heatles with LeBron and D Wade. You had the KD Warriors, but now there really isn't one. So it's just with the play-in and with the parity, it's just mayhem. That's all it is, really. Just everyone trying to get a bite of that cake and trying to get all the way to the chip.
What do you make of the James Harden Ben Simmons trade? Because that one obviously was we don't want to bury the lead here. That was obviously the blockbuster of the day. Harden wasn't happy. He never seems to be happy. I haven't heard James Harden happy in 10 years. So I don't know what's going on with him, but he wanted to switch. He got to go to Philly. His old general manager from the Houston Rockets is there. That's what Andrew told us last time we had Andrew on. So that was a little fun inside fact there. Ben Simmons, he wasn't happy in Philly. He gets to go to Brooklyn now. He seems better so far. So obviously a huge trade. What do you make of it? Who comes out on the better end of this? Is James Harden going to be that good of a player that – because it wasn't just Ben Simmons. It was Simmons. It was Andre Drummond, who I really like, and it was Seth Curry and some picks. So who came out on top, I guess? Is it too early to tell?
Yeah, I personally think, obviously, I would say that it is kind of an early prediction and it is too soon to kind of say it. But I think it's kind of just a win-win for both teams. Both teams having a superstar that's not happy where they are and being able to maximize that and be able to get another superstar in replacement. Most of the times when you have a guy that doesn't want to be there, that's kind of the hardest to actually get assets back. And I think both of them really came out on top. So it'll be fun to see. Obviously, Harden, one of the best players in the league when he actually cares. And hopefully he should now. So just being able to see him with Embiid, who's playing in his prime right now, that should be fun to watch. And Brooklyn being a team that struggles on defense. They've got so much firepower offensively. Being able to add who I personally thought should have been Defensive Player of the Year last year, I think it should be a win-win for both sides.
There you go. Now, one thing, we talked about a couple of times in the last few weeks, but DeMar DeRozan, former Toronto Raptors, now in Chicago, spent some time in San Antonio. Now he's in Chicago. And I think he set a record or something of like 6 straight games with 35 points, or set a big record in terms of how well he's doing. He's super productive. Are the Bulls the team? I know you said there isn't really a team this year compared to some other years, but are the Bulls as close to that as there is in the league this year?
That's a tough one. I think on paper they definitely are one of the top teams, but the biggest struggle for them has been health. I know Caruso went out. I think it was like 4 to 6 weeks or 6 to 8. Same thing with Lonzo. And then just having guys in and out of the roster, even depth guys, they've had kind of come in and out. And when they're all healthy and when they're all playing together, that team is scary. But just the health bug has always been the biggest thing for every team. You look at Brooklyn last year. If Harden doesn't get hurt, if Kyrie doesn't injure that ankle, do the Bucks still win it? Obviously, all the Laker fans with their bias of AD and LeBron getting hurt. Wah.
Yeah.
I think they have a real shot of making at least a legitimate push to the championship if health can be on their side.
There you go.
So, Austin, when it comes to obviously the big trade, right? It was James Harden, it's Ben Simmons. but there was a lot of other stuff that went down. Like it was like every 4 minutes, it seemed like there's going to be a 3-way trade with 9 players and 16 picks. One of them's going to be in 2046 when I retire. It's very captivating. It's very intriguing. But I think the biggest question that a lot of people, again, you always have it after the trade deadline is who was the biggest winner and who was the biggest loser across the association? Whose championship chances are that much further enhanced by the work that they did last week?
Yeah, I definitely think like not necessarily championship ready, but in terms of just direction of trade was definitely the Pacers being towards the top, being able to get Tyrese for obviously Sabonis, a guy who doesn't really fit the timeline. He's still a little bit younger, but getting Tyrese is going to be huge for them. And just finally having a direction of, okay, we're going to take a step back out of mediocrity and be able to fully rebuild. I was really happy to see that they finally took that step. In terms of winners, even a team like the Suns, not a whole bunch of big moves, but just picking up Torrey Craig again, just getting off that contract of Jalen Smith, just getting some more kind of security, a guy they had last year in the playoffs that was doing well for them, just bringing him back. Just a lot of little pieces kind of here and there. In terms of losers, I would say that's definitely Portland. They've kind of been confusing with everything that they've doing. Seems like they're trying to go into a rebuild, but yet it sounds like they're just trying to clear cap for a free agent. But Portland has never been a team to get free agents. The only time I've seen them get a free agent is in 2K, and we all know how realistic that game is. But I don't really understand the Powell and Covington trade, even the CJ trade, getting Nickeil Alexander and then instantly flipping him. Just didn't really understand the direction that they were going with that.
Fair. I know a lot of people were questioning the Raptors move, and it sounds like there was a deal in place that didn't happen, which would have answered probably some of the questions. But the Raptors go out and get Thaddeus Young. He's a guy who, I think a lot of people have admired his career just in terms of his work ethic and the way he plays, the style of game he plays. But he is 33 now, and he's kind of been around the league for a while. Do you think that's going to help them at all, kind of cement the playoff spot, or is that just going to be maybe, a depth move that won't make much of an impact?
Yeah, as a Raptor fan personally, I was happy to see that we got Thad Young. I've always been a fan of him. I think it'll definitely kind of secure at least a play-in spot if they do kind of fall out of the playoffs a little bit. But I know they have, I think it's one of the top 5 easiest schedules for the rest of the season. So I think for them, it's just kind of having that security of another kind of wing defender that you can really trust. And if it doesn't work out, at least you have another guy to kind of help mold Scotty Barnes.
Right.
Will say I saw the report today that there were some talks about getting Claxton for first, and a little bit disappointed we didn't do that. Always been a big fan of Claxton, but I'm definitely excited in the direction that they're going in.
There you go. So we got a few minutes left with you here, Austin. Tell us what's going on in Hooplife, because I know Andrew, last time we had him on, he was talking to us about the streaming service that's come in. The league seems to be doing really well. The facilities coming along. What's the latest, I guess, from Hooplife?
Yeah, it's been going smoothly. Everything's kind of been lining up here. Got the league still going strong. Sessions are going. We actually have a February break camp coming up too. Weight room, all the equipment is almost in, and that should be ready to go here pretty soon. And just maximizing the gym time here. Summer camps are going to be crazy again. Going to be going multiple camps each week and every single week of the summer. So if anyone wants to play basketball, this is a spot to do it.
Where can everybody sign up for those camps? Because I know they are a hot commodity. So is it just at the website, hooplifebasketball.com? Is that the best place to go to check it out?
Yeah, so it's hooplifebasketball.com/register. I think we also have some links on our Instagram and our Facebook. Always have numbers available and emails available if people have questions, but the website is the best place to be.
Perfect. All right. And make sure you guys check these guys out on all their social media channels, because they do some awesome stuff. And now on the YouTube channels where everybody can watch the streams. Is that correct? You guys got a YouTube channel set up?
Yeah, we do partner with IKS, just like you guys here. So yeah.
Hey, we've heard of those guys before.
Yeah.
pretty solid people.
Hashtag shameless plug.
Yeah, we've got the stream set up. We've got games every single day, and that's all on our YouTube. So it's nice little way to watch some basketball. I'll take a little break from the NBA and watch some local talent here.
There you go. All right, awesome. Well, thanks so much for popping in. Really appreciate that. Love the basketball talk, and I'm looking forward to this stretch run in the NBA. It should be a blast to follow.
Thanks for having me. Always love coming on.